All right, good morning, everybody. Got the NASDAQ at highs again. Tesla had earnings yesterday, which is, I'm sure, the big story everybody's talking about. At 255, they never really breached that 250 level, though. Got down to 250.54, bounced right back up. They've been meandering lower, but we'll see how that takes place in the open. In the open here. Yeah, see what some of these options, what they sold for. Crazy. Let's see. So for 22 days out, $17 premium on these freaking options. 257.5 is 17 bucks. Let's see what it opens at. I want to see this drop to like $12. The put side's a little less expensive. $13.80. It'd be kind of funny. It'd be really funny. Unless you buy them. Oh, 257.5 is still 17 bucks, so it dropped 258.66. 14.20, dropped $3 instantly. Not too bad, I guess. Not too bad considering it's down 2%. It's not too bad. All right, that's fun. On to our regularly scheduled program. Let's see what's down here. Got NVIDIA down. GPK down. It's going to mess things up. PCTY, Twilio up again. They also have earnings coming up. What's up, Eli? Match.com, Fortinet up a little bit. Netflix jumping around, break even. Didn't move too far yesterday. Let's see what happens here at the open. Dude, you're lucky Tesla's not down more. I mean, really lucky. That 250 levels, it's got to hold, otherwise this thing's gone. Well, so here's a low, 244. That's probably like one of our last ditch lines there, but it's got to have some support down here somewhere. Earnings report were not very good yesterday from Tesla. Oh, this isn't good. Tesla maintained a buy. That's not good. Yeah, I read a little thing about yesterday about maybe raising capital again. I'm telling you, man, he just needs to get on with the business of making a little bit of money and make Wall Street happy. Doesn't have to make billions of dollars, but he's got to maintain. Long-time Tesla bull throws in towel after earnings. Wed Bush, whoever that is, downgrade stock to neutral after the electric car maker missed expectations for 1Q. Ultimately, we believe the company's guidance is aggressive and management board is not taking aggressive enough cost-cutting action and shutting down future endeavors to preserve capital and give a sustained path to profitability. See? That's exactly what I'm talking about. Dude, they're making cars, so start making money from it and then fund your operations and shut up. Now they're going to get involved in insurance apparently too. Tesla Insurance. Yeah, I guess. What's up, Rob? What's up, Justin? Facebook looking good? Let's take a look at the Facebook. Oh, gap up. Earnings. Bam, there you go. 8.4%. Even though they missed earnings like crazy, still gapping up for some reason. Yeah, I'd rather see what the earnings were than what the hell UBS thinks about it. Yeah, pretty much bad earnings and a gap up is a good sign. Oh, come on, Eli. The other day you were saying the taxis were good. Now you're saying taxis are bad. But no, yeah, he definitely he needs to slow his roll, man, just a little bit. I mean, look, it's one thing to drive a speedboat. It's another thing to drive your yacht like it's a speedboat. He basically has a yacht at this stage of the game. He's got a huge car company, and he can't drive it like a yacht anymore. He's got to slow down a little bit. All right, he can do 60 knots in a speedboat, but his yacht can do 45. Just do freaking 40 miles an hour. That's all he's got to do. I'm gonna tweet at him like that because because obviously he's gonna see that. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna see that. Well, 2020 is not too far away. I mean, he survived stuff in the past. It just gets old, man. It just, in all honesty, it's just a little bit old. It's like, come on, at some point declare a win, and then um, you can be innovative and wise at the same time. I think that's a thing. I think he can do that. Anyway, all right, let's see what's up. We got Fortinet up. We got Netflix down again, and we got GPK going back flat. What's up here in our global watch list? Facebook rocketing up as we just saw. ServiceNow, let's say earnings 8%. NBEV taking over the top spot. Look at that. Look at that big ass chart right there. Bam, that's not too bad. I watched Autonomy Day, then I read analysis. Basically, he burned all profits on self-driving. He could take half a year break on that and push more on sales. Well, I don't think he needs to push more on sales. I just think he needs to let the market come to him. I mean, really, the holding, if it holds at 250 level, and it's not looking like it's gonna today. Yeah, we'll see how this goes. I don't know if I'd sell early on this one. Holds on 200. Well, look, man, you're forecasting price. I mean, it does look ominous. I don't like the look of it. Earnings sucked, but it didn't gap down. I mean, everyone knew everything we know here. We knew here. Everything. And so we came down to the overnight session lows. See if it holds. See if it holds. Could be a buying opportunity. You never know. I mean, we can forecast all we want. We can have our opinions. We think I like Musk, but he's a little too exuberant in terms of his capital spend. But that doesn't mean he doesn't pull it out, and this goes back up. But yeah, so this is a pretty ominous time. But one thing you can do, Eli, is maybe buy some puts as a hedge if you really want to, you know. With all predictions, he went too deep into the pocket. But it's not a. This isn't like he's on life support. Okay, if he does another capital raise, he'll do it. He'll come back in a couple of years probably. Um, you know, yeah, do the put hedge. I mean, I don't know exactly what you're looking at here. I mean, if you want to go out longer term, let's go take a look at some potential hedges. Um, Now, see, this. Treat this like any other options trade. Where would this go, and by what time? And then you have to ask yourself, is it even worth it to buy the option? Um, you could do, I don't know, if you've got 100 of them, you could do a covered call or something. You could do a covered call, or you could do a naked put. I mean, if it's gonna fail, it's probably gonna fail. I'd say in a month. if it doesn't fail in a month, then, what do we talk? Are they going to wait till next earnings report? Did you want to hedge out till next earnings? You got to figure out when you're going to hedge out until. Yeah, my wife still got her Tesla. I haven't told her to sell it. I mean, come on, we're sitting down at 250. It's been down here before. Let's not panic until that last shoe drops. It's going to do what it's going to do. Like I said, everything we knew yesterday here, we know today here. And so far we haven't gone lower. So if we go lower, that's one thing. But we haven't done it yet. 250 held. So far it's held. $40 at 20, 21, 23. $2021. I don't know what that is, Eli. There's no 23 anything in here. But yeah, so let's say Tesla's going to break. If it breaks lower, it's probably going to do so before next earnings, which it looks like it's out in July 31st. 175. So if you go to like July 31st, which would be August, 175, $640, $660. I don't know what your position size is in that, but you can size that appropriately. That's pretty big though. If you think it's 175, if you go to 200, you're looking that would be $25. So that would be a $1,060 for, if you think it's going down that far, you're looking at almost about an 80% gain or so. Actually, more than that. That'd be $25. So that'd be 150% gain here. But again, I'd buy this as a hedge. I don't know if I'd sell my core position. Like I said, it's holding up so far. No need to get crazy. Twilio, 2%. Earnings coming up there too. 430. A little bit too soon. ServiceNow, 8%. Facebook, 8%. Well, 6% now. AZPN. NBEV. There's AZPN. Gapping into new highs. That's good. Facebook. NBEV. GNC. LAD. Wow. Look what you did yesterday. How did we miss this? We missed that pop somehow. I don't remember looking at that. UVE. GNC. ZS. Micron. That looks healthy. After earnings, that looks pretty good. Maybe the comeback kid is here after all. Nice little base. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, meets a flat base. It had a couple failed breakouts. The volume here isn't so heavy yet, though. It's been heavy the first 5 minutes, but we'll see how that goes. That's not bad, though. Looks like a clear break of that $44 level is what it's been lacking. So hopefully, which is right here on the 5-minute chart, hopefully it'll do that. But that's a nice ascending triangle pattern right there. That one's not bad. Let's keep an eye on that one. Let's put this on the actionable list. Netflix down a little bit, 0.32%. Looks like it's in line. So just consolidating that little pop there. Should come back in time. Trade Desk yesterday gave a bunch back. Actually, it looks like that one's still consolidating, maybe for another breakout. This one also with earnings coming up in a couple of weeks. DocuSign yesterday, we added this one. This one started looking pretty good. Fortinet still following this one. This one looking good. All right, let's get back up here. Twitter looks like it's up here after a pretty decent day. The day before yesterday had that gap on earnings for whatever reason. There's still the market's risk on here. That's I think the big thing to realize is the market is risk on. EVR maybe not bad. Paycom still marching higher. CDNS marching higher. Trip. Adobe looks like it's towards a breakout point, but doesn't have the volume to sustain. iRobot, woo! That's why you don't buy before earnings. Roku, nice little setup, little gappy gap holding there on a. Okay, so there's your gap right here. We held the low, and then now we're. So that could be interesting. Roku could get interesting. For some reason I can't ever see that thing to create the alert. Add Roku up here. Wherever the heck it is over here. Oh, there we are. Way down here. Stitch Fix. You know what? I don't. Oh, this isn't Ring the technology company. That's why I keep thinking this is like Ring the doorbell company. Where's crypto going next? I think we're gonna probably have a little pop up, and then we'll see from there. I don't know. It's we're back to being choppy again. Amazon, PCTY, Goose. CME Group coming up to a longer term trend line here. With earnings. I don't see how these guys can miss freaking earnings. This stock bases, but it generally goes straight up. Failed during 2008. Other than that, it's been flat to up. Anytime you're coming out of a base in this stock, it's done really well. You know, you just have to make sure, when you're coming out of that base. Hold on a minute, guys. All right. I'm back. All right, SE, how's our little buddy doing here? If I could click on it. Not too bad. Still holding nice and tight is SE. Been up here for a while. About a month and a half, almost 2 months. Month and a half for SE. Brand new IPO. I'd like to see that thing get going. I think that would be good. Where's my email? SE's not bad. Hoping to buy Bitcoin in the low 4,000s and maybe even into the low 3,000s. Well, it was already down there. Why didn't you already buy, Justin? What stopped you? You want to go back down there? That just means it's not going to do that. What ends up happening is that people have these expectations after events have already occurred. And Micron looking really good here. There we go. Oh, now it starts to pull back. There you go. Twilio. Man, looking really good. Don't think there's any kind of base or anything up here. Oh, maybe there is. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, I guess we have a flat base on Twilio. Yeah, that's a legitimate flat base. Nice. It's like base number 7, but it's still doing pretty good. When are earnings? Ooh, 4:30. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough. Ah, fucking hands cramping up. Yeah, I like Twilio curving up here though today. That's nice. Fortinet's not doing bad, up about 1%. Pretty choppy. You see some of that elevated volume. Let's see what else is in Twilio's industry group. Maybe one of their competitors has earnings coming up or something. 99 composite ratings. Cybers, they're a competitor. Earnings due 5.2. That's not the button I wanted to click. That's the button I wanted to click. Okay, earnings due 5.14. Of course, Fortinet's going to be the first one out of the gate. 4.25 today for number 3, which is PFPT. Proofpoint. And 4.25 aftermarket. So today aftermarket will kind of get an earnings picture for what could happen for Fortinet. I'm not sure how they relate to each other in terms of exactly what they do. They may not be directly in the same industry, in the same kind of industry. You may have the same industry group, but not the same like business, essentially. Palo Alto Networks 6.3, so that's a ways out. Qualys, QLYS, has earnings out 5.1. This one kind of already getting on with the program there. And 5.2 for Fortinet. So we have a couple potential early movers here. Let me write some of these down. PFPT. Okay, PFPT earnings before Fortinet. All right. Trade Desk 2.56. Man. This one also have a flat base. Lots of flat bases right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Flat base. Bam. Beautiful. Right before earnings, 5.9. Maybe we'll get a breakout regardless. We're coming up to recent resistance trend line here. Sticking his tongue out at me. Are those good running shorts for you, or do you want to get more athletic shorts? Those are kind of board shorts. They're good. Okay, as long as they're good for you. Ethan, you want this to be your water bottle? Hold on, guys. All right. Trade Desk here. Look at this. Looks really nice. It is a flat base on Trade Desk. Oh, I gotta write this ish down. Trade Desk is a flat base. Micron here appears to be a flat base, maybe trying to break out. Looks like it's pausing. Already had one failed breakout, unfortunately. Our depth is 16, 17%. So it doesn't qualify for a flat base. It would have to be a cup and handle. Getting ready for the next run here, guys. That's what's happening. Workday. All these stocks are breakout candidates. These are the moments that you live for. Flat base. Spent a lot of time waiting for bases to form. You spent a lot of time waiting. But when things happen, you got to jump. CRISPR's not looking too bad. Not the most bullish stock out there, but looks like it's trying to work its way out of a flat base. Fortinet, we already know this one's already broken out and coming back. Again, this one has earnings on 5/2. Match.com already working its way out. It's been doing so for the past, week almost. So if you want that, get that before it's gone. PCTY, similar thing. EDU, pulling back a little bit here yesterday. Could be a potential decent entry point, but a couple of distribution candles here aren't looking so great. Boot pulling back. Take-Two Interactive, not as bullish as others. Hack looks pretty good. GPK. Big breakout the other day, consolidating that a little bit. We'll see what happens today. AEYE, SE, also breakout candidate. This would be a flat base. Probably can't expect a good breakout of this. I say probably because, nothing's for certain. But in this particular circumstance, you do have a high tight flag candidate, and high tight flags are just super, super awesome in terms of move out. AMRN here, getting pretty tight up here next to earnings. So yesterday was a pocket pivot day. You can see right there, volume was definitely over the biggest down day in the previous 9 days. Above average volume. First time we've done that since about a month ago. Almost a month ago. But at the same time, you can see on the 5-minute chart, AMRN volume kind of all over the place. Looks like two big buys right there. Probably did a majority of that volume. And a little bit of selling here. Everything kind of drifted off on the way down here, so we'll see. Fox and Friends, Skyworks, Winnebago. Man, this thing won't pull back, will it? C-Trip, Acacia also doesn't want to pull back too much. NVIDIA. I was hoping it would hold a little bit higher here, but O'Reilly down another 5%. Wow. Someone got news of earnings, didn't they? Right there. Someone got the news. Someone got the events early. O'Reilly down 5%. What's that about? Sales fall short of expectations. Hmm. Actually don't mind NBEV one bit here. NBEV with a large base breakout potentially. Yeah, I think I'm just going to call these large bases because that's what they are. They're just huge ass bases. ZS. Not looking too bad up here. Looks like it's still fighting a little bit with some consolidation, but today it's ripping and roaring pretty good. Wow, Align. Look at Align after earnings. Keeps it going. GNC. Let's take a look at Tesla again. See if they've been able to hold those lows so far. Yeah, so far, look at that. We came back. We went higher. Lower on lower volume. So far, it appears a little mini uptrend is intact here. Hopefully, that'll maintain. Yeah, not bad. Not bad at all. In all honesty, this is like your best case scenario for Tesla. With that horrible, crappy, shitty earnings report, Docu alert was triggered. What a horrible alert. And Docu broke up. Question is, do I want to take a position? I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a flat base. It's not breaking out quite yet. Our volume this morning is pretty dang good. I will have to say, half an hour in and we're at 450,000 out of 2.2 million. So holding this pace would just lead to gargantuan volume. May have a similar breakout date of Fortinet where we actually meet that 40% criteria. And we did overcut this prior high, which is kind of what I was looking for. So I guess I could take a look at it. $60 seems pretty logical, maybe beyond that. Earnings aren't for a while. We got about a month and a half almost. All-time high there is 68. That's about 20% higher. That's doable. That's not too bad. Yeah. Options and premiums aren't that good, though. Not for getting back up there. It's not good at all. I guess where could we go in the next couple of days? Maybe back to 60, but that's not going to be that good either. No, that's only 40. That's 40% higher. Out of a 4% move, that in 22 days, that may be doable. Getting right back up to there. 3.8%. That's not too bad. Great volume today, though. This could be the start of something. I'd say most options just aren't very good here, though. What is that? And Docu getting with it. All right, let's do that. Pulling back a little bit. Not too bad. Netflix 0.4%. Consolidating. Let's see if it's going to bounce up higher. Hard to say right now. It's been pretty choppy as of late. I was kind of hoping that breakout would work out. It has not. What else is going on? ServiceNow. Damn, look at that high, man. Just beautiful. Let's take a look at the S&P 500. Look at the transports. Still a little bit of ways from all-time highs. I like that NASDAQ breakout, though. That's pretty good. Move Docu up there. MDB. There's that potential Roku trade. That's not too bad. Workday. All right, you've got a little bit of volume. What if you're trying to sneak out something? I guess not that much. 300,000 out of 1.7 so far. It's not too bad. It's not great though. It's trying to eke out of this little range here. This thing could get going. I like this sequence of high and lows right there. Workday's not too bad. That's not bad at all. And they're after earnings. That's important. I guess we have earnings coming up too. So you gonna wear that hat? You're gonna mess up your hair bugs. You don't have to wear a hat. Let me see your arm.
Yes, we do.
You wanna wash that off? What is that?
Marker.
Marker. Okay. You're gonna get that hat all sweaty. Is that okay?
What?
You're gonna get that hat all sweaty. Is that okay?
I also need sunscreen.
Yeah, we'll take care of that in a little bit. Okay. We have some time.
Okay.
All right. Trade desk leading our screen now up 3.5%. Twilio pulling back a little bit. Micron poking right at that all-time high. Did my alert go off for Micron? I didn't hear anything. Docu pulling back. CRISPR not pulling back. Not yet. It's still a little far from a breakout point. It's doing pretty good though. Workday flirting but pausing. And NASDAQ overall looks like that's flat now. So yeah, maybe we won't get a breakthrough right now on many of these. I don't know anything that's really... I mean, there's some that are breaking out via the gap, like ServiceNow and Facebook. This one probably is. Yep, AZPN. Facebook's kind of in a... That breakout point's already passed. ZS, NBEV. Wait for that one to go. Align. Man, GNC. I guess supplements are not profitable anymore. Who'da thunk it? Trade desk looking pretty good though. Trying to break out. Got a new high out of it. Right here. So we'll see what the volume says. The NASDAQ pulling in here. Almost 0.1%. We just hit 0.1%. UVE, PayPal. Dang, man. That thing rocking. Looks like I should have bought me PayPal instead of Square. Commodities. Just yank it. Just don't back into the wall. Twilio again? GHDX. GHDX trying to break out of a longer term trend line here. Out of a long base. Roku, kind of a similar situation. 5.9. Maybe. Ruger bouncing off of that bottom. Remember that bottom trend line we mentioned that a while ago? Look at that, bounce right off of it. Should have bought it. Should have bought it there down at the bottom. VMware, Roku. Just going down the global watch list here. Old Dominion, that's one of the railroad services that was doing good. Twitter looks pretty good with that little flag right there. I'm not mad at that at all. Hopefully that holds up. FleetCor. Man, MasterCard. Remember we talked about MasterCard a while back? Told you this thing doesn't pull back. Look at that. Just doesn't pull back. Had like 2 red days there. Looks like mid-March and then straight back up. FleetCor, similar situation. They do fleet management for semi-truck services and stuff. Match.com sitting there near highs. Starbucks, similar situation. Just keeps marching. Everyone loves their damn coffee. $6 coffee is profitable. Who'd have thunk it? Coors never renders for me. SendGrid. Wow, look at that. Did it have earnings today? Did they get purchased? They must have got bought out because they're not here anymore. Chegg, Pergo. Man, these same damn stocks are just following me. That's so annoying. Planet Take Two. What's Stars doing here? Popped up, pulled back. Had a lot of volume yesterday towards the end of the day. Man, this thing just rocking. This thing basically non-stop here. That's pretty good. Wow. Am I even in the reds yet? I'm not even in the reds yet. Getting close, though. Freaking Coors. I'm just taking you off my list, Coors. Whoops. What did I just delete? Shoot. Whatever. It's like Fortinet turned red on us. Booking.com, Skyworks, StitchFix. Not much we don't already know. NASDAQ pulling in 0.35% now. first red day in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days, and the 7th day that was the red day had a peak close. So about 8 straight up days in a row. That's pretty good. You're going to be due a down day or 2 or 3 here. EEFT, PNG, CINA, SIVB still hasn't broken over that inverted head and shoulders pattern. Look at that 5-minute chart. Fell right at my trend line this morning. That's crazy. I'll put an alert here so I don't forget about it. IAC new highs, if I can get back to it. Oh, come on, man. There we go. All right, IAC right there in the new highs. The volume isn't tremendous, unfortunately, but that's not bad. 0.5% down now for the NASDAQ. Today could be one of those days, huh? 1.7% on Micron. Looks like it pulled back. Trade Desk pulled back significantly. DocU's pulled back significantly. Workday also pulled back from all-time highs. CRISPR pulled back from recent highs. GPK doing kind of holding okay. Roku also pulling back. Yeah, well, some are breaking out, some are consolidating, but it looks like the market. Look, again, we just had like 8 up days in a row. That's not super common. It doesn't happen all the time, so expecting a pullback for a little bit. Today's what, Thursday? So tomorrow's Friday. So maybe it'll scare us into today and tomorrow, and then Monday we'll get back to some normal action. We'll have to see. DocU pulling all the way back. Volume's a little bit lighter so far. We'll see how this one goes, but yeah, it looks like it's pulling back from highs there. Pulling back from that full breakout point. That's unfortunate. What's Netflix doing? Down 1.26%. Took another leg lower. Jumping back into the base, not a very good thing. Pausing right there at that double bottom breakout point. Right there. It's exactly what we just did. Good volume going into it, though. It looks like it's being accumulated. It will move up at some point. So maybe the timing's off. Yeah, volume signature is still healthy. We'll see how the volume ends up today. I don't like that candle, even on the 5-minute chart. A lot of times you'll see the 5-minute chart be pretty linear, kind of like this. And now we have it even with the top. There's usually some kind of a curve to the volume. This day we had a couple of peaks. But I think you see what I'm saying. Is that usually there's kind of a... Wow, look at that day. Usually there's like a curved feeling to most volume signatures. Or flat, depending on if the stock's liquid or not. Today volume's lower overall, especially compared to these really big days. A lot of shares trading hands up there. Looks like a head and shoulders there on the aftermarket with a 5-minute, huh? It'll take us down from 385 to 373, so that's $12. Breakout point would be 375 minus 12. What's 75 minus 12, Ethan? Can you do it in your head? Minus 12. Can you do it? What is it? Yeah, 75 minus 12. Can you do it?
It
63, very good. So it could get down to 263. How do stocks trade after hours? Good question. No, the stocks trade through normal brokers. You have to do limit orders. That's the difference. You cannot place a market order during after hours sessions. And so that's why you see these little dots all over the place, and not too many lines. Well, the lines doesn't mean there's trading every spot. This could be a trade here and a trade here. Was it Fortinet yesterday that had a? No, oh, that's not even Fortinet. That's Hack. Yeah. So here's Fortinet. Look at this. So this is limit orders right here. So someone settled in here, someone bought up here, someone bought here, someone bought here. So it's just limit orders. You can do it on your broker. You just have to do limit orders. Nothing special. Nothing special. Nasdaq 0.45% lower here. We've paused the downtrend so far. We'll see if we can come back a little bit. We didn't really go higher than yesterday's low, I don't think. Or lower than yesterday's low. Yeah, it looks like it went in line with it. We'll see if that holds. It's a quarter above yesterday's low. So we'll see if that holds. But look at the volume. It's already pretty heavy. Already half of yesterday's volume. Wow. So that's not very good. We'll probably see some lower prices. It is what it is. So maybe it could be a good day to look for some bargains in some stocks potentially. We're not seeing too many major breakdowns. Tesla's still holding. Looks like it came back to revisit 252. Let's go see what's dying today. Xilinx today dying. This has been a leading stock for a long time, as you can see here. Major sell signal today. That's a major sell signal. Spirit Airlines gapping down. Looks like they're already being bought up a little bit. TRN. We noted O'Reilly with the gap down. Looks like they're trying to make lows there of the day. Auto Home breaking lower for some reason. ADS, VFF giving some of its gains back from the other day. TNA again. This is TNA is 3 times long the Russell 2000. Mercado Libre. Who got GPK at 1318? I don't know. Maybe that's the one I was looking at, GPK. Yeah, it had a weird after hours print. Yeah, right there. Yep. Yeah, you know what? It's just weird sometimes, and that's what that was. I saw that after hours when it closed. I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, what the heck's going on there? Hopefully we don't gap all the way back down there. Luckily we didn't. We kind of maintained up higher there. INSG undercutting. This may get removed from our actionable list. If that continues, Toll Brothers. Car, Manitowoc, pulling back. ANET pulling back. Luckily, none of the ones we follow pretty closely are down here. Oh, looks like Winnebago's down here now. Finally having a pullback. Okay, we broke that trend line. Now we'll see what happens next. We have 50-day moving average right here, 200-day moving average right there. We'll see what happens. Winnebago with a spectacular run. VIPS, Skyworks pulling back today 3%. Earnings coming up pretty soon. 5.2. Good day to be 75%. Oh yeah, we just undercut there on the Nasdaq. Yeah, probably a pretty good day to be mostly cash. That could all change tomorrow. And you wish you were more fully invested. I'm pretty well invested at this stage. I'm about 80-90% invested. Tremble IQ. So Service now holding up pretty well. And it looks like it's pulling back a little bit. Facebook holding, it's pulling back too, but it's holding okay. ZPN pulling back. TZA, that's the 3 times bearish ETF for the Russell 2000. Yeah, a lot of pullback. SoFund looks like it's not pulling back at all. UVE, GNC, Evercore. Look at you, buddy. What'd you do yesterday? Oh, yesterday was earnings day? Okay, yesterday was earnings day for Evercore. Having a pretty good day today. Volume obviously less. That could get interesting. BIIB. PayPal selling off a little bit. Micron giving up its breakout. Coop not looking bad up here. Stopping at 100. That's a good round number to break out of 100. And pausing right before it. So this is a good little base. Look at that high is 100. Yeah, it's dumb. All right, so put an alert there on Coop. HXL, DBX, MEDP. So market's in pullback mode today. We've been rallying for the past few days. That's been pretty nice, but looks like today we're going to have a pullback, and we'll see what happens tomorrow and into next week. Other than that, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Have a good day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.